Good morning, you guys. Happy hump day to you. Happy hump day. Happy hump day to your baby. Yes. If this is your first time tuning in, thank you so much for clicking on my video and watching it to the end. Yes. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate you for subscribing and rocking with me and watching my videos. I don't take that for granted. Look here, if it seems like my energy is low, it is, you guys. I want to talk to you guys about something that it's been happening, but I've moved on with my life and I stopped tripping off of it. But I had my last straw yesterday, and I want to share this story with you guys, and because y'all my family. And I love talking to you guys, and your comments that you leave me, you know, it helps me. I appreciate them. So I wanted to talk about my truth, okay? My truth. Yesterday, who is this? Oh, yesterday, my daughter not broke down crying, but just broke down. She just couldn't take it no more, and told me some things that her father and his family, basically his mother and people, been saying about me. And I listened, but it bothered me. But she had my back, okay? She had my back. When I got with my husband, with my daughter's father, okay, and it's going to be a moral to this story. It always is, you guys. I'm going to give you my story, but I'm also going to give you a moral to this story, okay? And the moral to this story is something that I always, one of my pet peeves is taking ownership. So this is what this is going to be about. But anyway, when I met my husband, I was a child, okay? I was 19, okay? Barely 20. Okay, to me, that's a child. With my age now and the wisdom that I have, I'm 53 years old. So yes, okay, me being a solid woman right now and being where I'm at in life, in my experiences, I can say I was a child. Okay, most people think when they 19, 20, they grown. Yeah, you are of age, but you ain't grown. You have no life experiences. Okay. So when we got together, I was barely 20. I was 19. Barely 20. I didn't know nothing about no marriage. I didn't know nothing about paying no bills. When I got with him, we both got our first apartment together. Everything first was together, me and him. Okay. And I didn't know how to control my emotions back then. He was a heavy drinker. At that age, he was a heavy drinker because of things that he went through in his life and things that he was dealing with in his life. And what got him over the edge is a decision that his mother made of a person that she was with. Okay, a person that she chose to be with sent him over the edge. Okay, over the edge. And I remember times, nights, that he would get drunk and cry over this particular situation that his mother was in and the decision that she made to be with a particular person. Cried nights, drunk, even sober, cry. But what I couldn't deal with was that at that young age, he would get drunk and he would just act crazy. He did not know how to handle his liquor, okay? And he would cuss out our manager at our apartment complex. You know, I almost got evicted 3 times, okay? Because he would get drunk and cuss out everybody. Cuss out the manager, okay? Cuss out the manager. And I would say, why would you cuss out the manager? This is our roof over our head. Why, you know, so I didn't know how to handle my emotions back then. And I was going off on him. Okay. And I can own that. I didn't know how to handle a person drinking. I wasn't raised with somebody drinking. I wasn't raised with alcoholism and drugism. I wasn't raised that way. Excuse me, you guys. I wasn't raised that way. Okay, so yeah, I was young. I'm 53 years old now. Okay. So they're talking about me to my daughter. Okay. Because my daughter got to the age to where she started questioning them as to why you didn't come around, why you didn't spend time with me, why you didn't, why. I never in my life, in my daughter's life, ever talked about my husband. I never talked about her father in an ill way. I never talked about her grandmother, his mother, in an ill way. I never talked about her aunties. Okay, she has one favorite auntie, her TT Net. I never talked about them. I never. And I remember one time I wanted to. I was so upset and hurt. My mother said, no. She said, have I ever talked to you about your dad? I said, no. She said, how old were you when I told you about your dad? And I said 13, because I came to her. And I said, Mommy, why did you and my daddy break up? And then she told me. She never talked about my father in no ill way, in his family, in no ill way. She wasn't raised that way either. My grandmother never did it to her and none of her kids. My mother told me, she said, Tracy, you move on with your life. Okay. I used to cry at night the way things was going down. She said, your daughter, Niche, she will see for herself. And when she gets old enough, she would talk to them for herself. She will find out about her dad and her family on her own. Let her find out on her own. Don't be a part of that, because you'll be hurting your daughter. Okay? And I love my daughter with every fiber of my being. I didn't want to hurt her in that way and tell her mean and evil things about her father. That's her father. They talk about me real bad to my daughter. And I was his first wife. Okay. Then after me, when we broke up, he got with this other woman who was on heroin and on drugs and alcohol and drugs. Okay. Then the other woman, this old woman that was lonely one night, and he got drunk when he's supposed to be staying with his aunt. When we moved to Sacramento, we was trying to move back to Oakland. He goes to stay at his aunt's house on his father's side. He gets drunk and starts went down there drunk and barebacked this old lonely woman. And the first time he hit it, got her pregnant. Okay. So these other two women don't even amount. They don't even come close to me. And I'm not trying to toot my horn. I'm just giving you the whole picture. Okay. My daughter had to tell him, wait a minute. You simply talking about my mother. My mother owns her own house and been owning her own house for over 20 years. Been working for the government for over 20 years. My mother never had no men running up and in and out the house. Okay. She never was on drugs and alcohol. My mother worked 2 jobs until I got out of high school, until I graduated from high school. I started working 2 jobs when my daughter was 4 years old. And I kept doing it until she graduated from the 12th grade. They talk so bad about me because my daughter has been questioning them. Why it's like, why you never called me? I never kept her out of the loop of her family. I'm close to his cousins. I'm closer to his cousins than they are to him. To him and his sisters. I'm closer to his cousins, to these particular set of cousins, than they are. They don't talk about the woman that he was with that had his daughter that, they're on heroin and on drugs. He don't talk about her welfare, being on welfare and being on drugs and being, a bum, being like that. They talk about me, but why? Why? Why are they blaming me for them not having anything to do with my daughter? I'm the reason why they didn't call. I'm the reason why they didn't. They blaming me. They're talking about me because I was, always yelling at him. I was, the way I was acting. I was young. I'm 53 years old. And yeah, I used to get mad at him. He would get drunk and do things in the house. They're not taking any responsibility for what they did. And she keeps throwing up in my daughter's face, my mother-in-law. When your mother divorced Ronald, she gonna say he had to have supervised visits. You should be happy I said that. He was on drugs. He was an alcoholic. He was with somebody on drugs. Okay, he was with somebody on drugs. They didn't have a stable home. So yes, if he wanted to see my daughter, she was 6 years old. It had to be supervised with either her or her two daughters. What is wrong with that? He had to come to where she was. I would send her to her grandmother's house. He could see her as long as it's supervised, as long as my mother-in-law was there, or one of his two sisters was there to supervise that visit, to be there in the house. They don't have to sit there and, literally supervise it, but just be in the house, be there. And it hurt me. I cried last night because they talk about me so bad. They talk about me so bad when I'm the one that my mother was the one who got him his first job. My stepfather, Charles, was the one who got his first car, a Mustang. My family did that. My mother got him. He was receiving SSI because he had emotional problems. And I'm the one encouraged him and said he don't need that he's strong. I'm the one building up his ego and talked him into getting off that and let my mother get it. My mother got him his first job. I took him off of that mess. My stepfather, Charles, was the one who got his first car. I'm the one got him to stop drinking. I'm the one that encouraged him. I'm the one that did that. So maybe they're mad because I left him. Because he really hasn't really amounted to anything since we've been apart. Okay? Really, he hasn't. Never kept a solid job. Never had his own apartment. Always lived with his mother. And if he do have his own place, he rents a room from someone. Right now, he's living in this big old house where they rent out rooms, and then it's a shared kitchen, a shared bathroom. He still ain't got his own stuff. The daughter that he had to raise because he finally got tired of the drug addict mama for the other daughter, so he left her. You ain't never had to. I'm the one that raised a college graduate. Okay, I'm the one. My daughter is the one that stayed a virgin until she was, 18 or 19, one of them, when she was in college and she met somebody. That's a whole nother story. But still, I'm the one that taught my daughter to love herself. I did not want my daughter to be anything like me and have any insecurities. Well, she does, but I didn't want her to be afraid. I always told her, about her body, being her temple, not to just give her body off to anybody. I'm the one who talked to my daughter, motivated my daughter. I'm the one who was a hard mother and stayed on her. I'm the one. The reason why he got his first job, first car. We're supposed to move back to Oakland and he cheated on me. So I just said, forget it. I might as well stay in Sacramento. Okay? He had a one-night stand, got drunk and went downstairs, started messing with this old lady. Old, lonely lady who's almost 70 years old right now. Okay? So, and the daughter's mama still ain't about nothing. If you want to talk about somebody, talk about them two women. Why are you talking about me? Why are you talking about me? Why are you making me out to be this horrible person that I'm not? I am so hurt right now, you guys. I am hurt. I am so bothered. And I am so hurt. And I'm sorry that this video it's totally about me right now. I've never in my life said anything ill about them to my daughter. When she got to a certain age, she questioned them. It was like when we got divorced, he divorced her too, and with his moved on with his life. She was upset because he had to pay child support. That's his child. As a mother, you sound ignorant. Because as a mother, you should be making your son be a man. You should be making your son pay child support to pay his share fare for his daughter's well-being. But instead you get mad at me for getting him for child support. Get mad at me because I said he had to have supervised visits. Well, that you sound ignorant. You really look ignorant right now. Of course she had to have supervised visits. Your son is with a woman that's on heroin. And they're living in the slums of the area that they living in. Okay? Okay? And he's heavily drinking and indulging with her, with whatever they're doing. Yes. Someone has to be there when my child is there visiting. That's what I put in the divorce papers, that it has to be supervised visits. Okay, as she got older, it didn't have to be that way. But in the beginning, when I first divorced him, I put that on there. That's my daughter. Yes, I'm going to look out for her well-being. But as a mother, she should have looked at it from that point of view. But instead, she gets mad at me. So when she went down there last weekend to see her family, they was like, telling her things about me, saying your mother is just, one day she was tripping out because she thought a bug was on her. And I'm scared of bugs. So what? And your mother used to yell and get all upset with your... Yeah, I was 20 years old dealing with somebody getting drunk. I never been around that. I was young. I didn't know how to be, a wife and all that. We were young. Okay? But that's the only thing you can say about me. I used to yell at him. I used to act crazy and yell at him. I didn't know how to handle my emotions. I was upset. Because we damn near got evicted a couple times. And he would get drunk, sloppy drunk, lay out on the sidewalk, lay out all over the place. Yeah, I didn't know how to deal with that. I didn't know how to handle that. I wasn't raised like that. The only thing you can say about me, is that it? But you talk so bad about me. And when my daughter questioned you guys, or questioned them as to why you never spent time with me, why you never called me, why you never visited me, take responsibility. Don't throw that off on me and blame me. I never in my life once talked about his family. Not once. I always kept her in the loop of his family. But they talk about me like a dog. Making me out to be this horrible person that I'm not. And you guys, I am so hurt right now. I am so bothered. I have moved on with my life. It's been years since I've been with him, but it just bothered me yesterday when she told me these things. And she had to really defend me. They really despise me. And I'm thinking, why do they despise me? Why does his mother just hate me? And she always talked about the child support and how I got him in debt with child support. You should be trying to make your son be a man. Are you really underlying mad that I divorced him? Because he really could be better off right now? Is that a really underlying anger that I divorced him? See, let's start pulling back the layers. See, sometimes people, they always talking bad about me. But there's nothing really bad that they can really say about me. What, that I'm fat? I put on weight? Or you go back all the way back to my past and talk about the way I dealt with things. How I yelled and how I got upset and how I got all emotional. I was young. I was 19, 20. Dealing with something I've never been exposed to. Ever. Okay? And my mother always told me, I used to lay in my bed and cry sometimes, go in my room and call her up about his family, how they didn't, have anything to do with her. They just moved on and just started being with his other two kids and not her. And this is his first one. My mother gave me a baby shower, invited his whole family. Not one person came to my daughter's baby shower when I was pregnant. His mama, his sisters, nobody came to the baby shower. Except one person. Her name was Nancy, and she was married to his uncle on his father's side. She was the only one that represented that family because we were friends. Not one person. All the invitations I sent out, not one person, his mama, nobody came to that baby shower. His mama, his sisters, no one. Okay? And I'm so hurt right now because I took good care of my daughter. I gave her a good life, halfway decent life, and worked 2 jobs and never exposed her to drugs, alcohol, never exposed her to men running in and out, never exposed her to that. But the 2 kids that was exposed to that, you praising them and you praising those 2 women, but you talking bad about me to my daughter, which I've never done about to them. I've never talked about them. I let my daughter find out on her own about her family. I'm hurt right now, you guys. And I'm sorry I'm rambling. I am so hurt right now. I'm so bothered by the way they talk about me to my child, to my daughter. And then she had to literally defend me and say, why are you talking about my mother? If anything, you need to be talking about them women. To this day, the other woman he was with, that got the other daughter by him, is still on drugs to this day. I don't know, you guys. Leave in the comments about my story. This is a prime example of people not taking ownership of the things that they have done, not taking responsibility, shifting their stuff on someone else, talking bad about me and saying things about me that happened over 30 years ago when I was a child, when I was young. Okay? And to this day, this set of cousins that I deal with, I'm more their cousin than their own cousins. Ronald's 2 other sisters. We hella close. They love me and I love them. Love them dearly. And they know. That set of cousins right there, they know my truth. They know my truth because one of them that I'm really, really close to, I'm just going to say, I don't want to say her name. She know who she is. She's the same sign as me. She's an Aquarius. That's all I'm going to say. She was with me a few times when I had to yell at him and go off of him for being drunk in the car. She remembers. She knows what I went through. I was around his cousins. They know my truth. They love their cousin. And and one thing I can say about these set of cousins, they never took sides. They never talked about me like a dog. And they never talked about him. They never took sides. They always stayed neutral. I love these set of cousins. They always stayed neutral. But they always told me, always, move on with your life. Do you take care of your child? I know my cousin, he ain't right, but that's my cousin. So they always, they never talked bad about me or him. Never took sides. They never did that. And they never. But my mother-in-law and her kids, my husband and her 2 sisters, they hate me. And I ain't never did nothing. No, I never did anything for them to hate me like that. And my emotions that I couldn't handle back then, look how they act. He got a sister right now that flares up and go off on everybody. I can't. I'm not going. You guys, I'm feeling bad right now today. I am feeling bad, but I wanted to share my story and tell you that this is a product of people not taking responsibilities, shifting their stuff on someone else, blaming someone else for them not being involved in my daughter's life for whatever reason that they was going through. you guys. I wanted to share that with you guys. I hope you guys interact with me and leave me some comments and leave me some good, uplifting stuff, because I am feeling bad right now. I am. And I thank you. I hope you guys watch this video to the end, because it's 25 minutes long and I've just been rambling about this. And I just hope you guys watched it to the end. Okay? Leave me a comment, you guys. But in the meantime, I'm getting ready to tell myself to, Tracy, hold your head up. Okay? Remember who you are. Remember who you are. Hold your head up, sister. Keep a smile on your face today, Tracy. Don't let those things that they saying about you to your daughter, don't let it affect you. Don't let them steal your joy today, Tracy. You know what type of person you are. You know what you did and how you did it. You know your mistakes that you made. Don't let them steal your joy today, Tracy. I'm saying that to myself, you guys. And I will see you in the next video. Peace.